Good afternoon. All right, today we're going to talk about the concepts of transformations. The two major concepts we'll be dealing with today are translations and reflections. All right, so today we're going to start off and we're going to work on image B. Okay, we're going to translate this image -8 units horizontally and 5 units vertically. First thing we have to do is get our pre-image points, coordinates. So these are the pre-image here. Okay, remember the pre-image is before we translate. So that is, let's go 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 2, -6. Our x is 2, our y is -6. For B, we'll go 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, -3. And for C, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8, -3. And then that should be 8 and -6. All right, so now there's two ways we do this. Remember, we talked about it in class. You can do it mathematically, or you can do it by simply counting over. So first we'll do it mathematically and see how that would go. So horizontally deals with an axis. It is the x-axis. The x-axis right here is the axis that goes from left to right, right? That is the x-axis, horizontal, the horizon, right? Think of the horizon. Vertical is the y-axis, all right? So this be the axis up here. So if we want to go -8 across the x-axis, if I put my chart up here, right? We'll put our t-chart and go like that. So that's the image, and pre-image is over here, and then this is the image. What we'll do is we'll subtract 8 from every x, and we will add 5 to every y. So if we do 2 minus 8, that's going to give us -6 and -1. If we minus 8 again and add 5, that will give us -6 and 2. One more time, we have to minus 8 and add 5. We will have 0, and we have 2 again. And one more time, -8 plus 5, and we will have 0 and -1. All right, so we have found the points. Now we're going to actually move the points as if, right, each of these points were an origin. So we already said that our x is going to move, right, -8, and our y will move +5. All right, so that means we'll have to move 8 to the left and 5 up. So we'll start with point B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll move up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys should be putting a point there. Now, what's special about the second point? You see these dots here? Parentheses, that makes these points B prime. Okay, so this is B prime, and you have to show B prime as opposed to B so that we know what is the image and what is the pre-image. So we go to C and we go -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is C prime. It doesn't matter to me which point you do first, as long as you do them all the exact same way. And right, we take each point as it is the origin, and we move -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we move up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do that one more time, make sure we're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, A prime, and we'll go D prime. 1, 2, 3, and we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, and then we just simply go ahead, label our points, then we connect it. Now, We know that in class and for homework, we should use a ruler. All right, let's see if those match up. We'll just take a point. We'll take A for instance. This A should be located at -6, -1 if we did everything correct. So we start at the origin and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -1. We did it perfectly. All right, on to the next one. We have, now we're going to reflect over the y-axis. This one is pretty easy, right? The reflection is when you just go over an axis. It's very easy once you get the points, because remember what we said during class, you change the opposite coordinate, right? Change the opposite coordinate. So if we go over the y-axis, we're going to change the x coordinate. All right, so we're going to use this one here. This is going to be our work. So A is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6 and 1. So if I just write those numbers down again, -6, right, and 1, well, we're reflecting over the y-axis, so I need to change my x. So my x is now going to be a +6, 1. All right, if we have B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be -7, 5. Again, if we do the same thing and we have the same numbers, -7, 5, we just simply turn that negative to a positive. It's the opposite coordinate. Here we'll do C, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's -3 and 5, and then that's going to be +3 and 5. And then we'll have D, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's -4 and 1. That's going to turn to +4 and 1. Right now, there's also a way, that's mathematically, that's how you do it, right? You take the opposite, okay? Now, if we do it just physically, we go along the axis that we are going to reflect over. So we're going to reflect over the y-axis. So I go down the y-axis, right? I'm going down until I hit a point. Now I count over 1, 2, 3, and I come back the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, and that is my C prime. And I see another point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that is my B prime. Here I have A and D, so I come all the way down till I hit the point, and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D prime, and then I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 right there. And we connect the dots. You guys make sure you use a ruler at home. Now let's see if our points actually match up. So A should be at 6, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. Perfect. B should be at 7, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. All right, so let's move on, and I'll do one problem from each of your homework assignments. So you had to do translations and you had to do reflections. All right, so I'll do one from translation and one from reflections. All right, so we are going to translate the unit to our left, -8 units vertically. Okay, now watch what they did here, because they did not put it in the XY order. They changed it up. The vertical is your Y, so this is your Y point, and your horizontal is your X point, right? So that means if we're going to do this, right, you are going to have to go plus, X would be +6, and Y would be -8. So that means if you get your points, you have to get your points for A. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to do it the mathematical way, because let me make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6, +8. That's our point. -6, +8. I'm just going to go ahead and do it the mathematical way. Once I find my points, I'll add 6 and I'll subtract 8 from my Y. All right, for B, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's -6. And for my y, it is 1, 2. For my c, it is 1. I would go 1. So that's -1. And then I will go +1. So let's see. So if we just added the 6 and subtracted the y, 6, -6 plus 6 would be 0, right? And 8 minus 8 is also 0. So we have a point at the origin. And now we do 6 plus 6 is 0, and 8 minus 2 would be -6, right? And then we have one more. We have -1, which would be 5. And then we have one more, which would be -7. All right, so those should be your points. All right, and what quadrant is the image in? All right, now the image is what? Is that the first image or the second one? That's the second one. All right, so the new image would be, let's plot my points. If we did A here, oh, that's off a little bit. So that's 1, and then 0, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go down. And then there's one more. There's one more. 5, -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So we'll go a little bit lower to see. There we would go. We got it perfectly. So we'll start here. And we'll draw across. Oh, come on. So if I had to say this was in one quadrant, I would say quadrant. Well, this is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. This is quadrant 4. So that's in quadrant 4. My pen is off right now, so you guys have got to bear with me. It's just a couple more minutes and then we're finished. The last one will be, all right, there we go. The last one will be a reflection, all right? So reflection, we are reflection over the x-axis, so that means we're going to change the y. So if I did this, I could go x, right, -y. Okay, so the A is 1, 2, so that's +2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 2, 7. And then this is going to be, B is going to be 2. And that's going to be 2, 2, 2, 2. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 2. Now, what I'm going to do is just the mathematical way. And I'm just going to take, because I'm going over the X, I'm going to take the opposite of the Y. So it's going to be 2, -7, right? And then here is going to be 2, -2. And then here is going to be 7, -2. Describe how the ordered pair changed. Well, the y became negative. All right. And then I'll just plot those over here. Remember, it will be just a tad off because my pen is off right now. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So go there. There we go. And then we'll do 2, -7. Then we'll do 2, -2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. And then we'll do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then -2. 1, 2. Right about there. Now draw it to here. Come up and connect. All right, there you have it. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Bye.